So most of us never can imagine being homeless. It's just not really in the repertoire of any kind of reality we could understand how that could happen, and they must be really bad people. But I'm here to say I did end up homeless. I was in California and I didn't have money, and I got in a car wreck because I was stressed out. And so I ended up homeless on Long Beach, and then I went down to Hollywood Boulevard, and I was homeless there. And I had my dogs with me, and I had some food, but no money to stay anywhere. So I met a lot of the homeless people. I actually went to church because the good thing about me is I'm not addicted to illegal drugs or alcohol. Because I can tell you an addiction will drive your family totally bonkers because you tell lies. There was one lady she was on Rodeo Drive. I made it I didn't have any money, but this guy gave me bus fare so I could get out of Hollywood and Hollywood Boulevard. And she was a prostitute for alcohol, and she said her kids had kicked her out. She's a chubby, kind of cute lady in her 40s. And I thought, we need to get her into some rehab. Can you imagine how horrible that is for children? Even if they're adult children. Oh, mom's a prostitute on the street. To me, that's a danger of self, and we should be able to lock them up for a while until they get their senses back and get off the drug and get them some counseling. But no, they offered me a granny because I had no money, and they offered me a granny porn. And I was like, yeah, I don't think my grandkids want to see that. I'm not into porn. But there's all kinds of lascivious ways to make money. But it is real people. And if you have a mental illness like I do, you're always at risk for being homeless. It can be very stressful if you don't have family or friends. And you may have burnt those relationships because of your mental illness. And in my family, my mom died, and she was very, what would we say about her? She was intelligent, but she also suffered panic attacks. And so when I got diagnosed with bipolar, she went to family, the group in NAMI, which they cater to people with money to keep their business going. They don't really do much for the really poor mentally ill that are on the street because there's no money in it. But they have to pay their executives and do their advertising and things like that. But yeah, I think NAMI should really try to get nonprofits to offer housing to people with debilitating mental illness that are on disability and need medicine and need to get off substance abuse and things like that if they're willing. But there's nowhere to live if you have a mental illness. I'm on a waiting list in Charlottesville, kind of in the hood, a black neighborhood, and it's a little scary, but it's over a year wait. And I do have to thank Dave Matthews. I think he put $6 million into revamping these places to live. But we need a place for mentally ill people to recover if they choose to take medicine, even if they can't see it. That's the thing, is when it's in your brain you can't see. You got to depend on other people to give you the reflection that they see of you. And you have to go through trial and error. They said sometimes it's up to 10 hospitalizations before a person will say, yeah, maybe it is me. Maybe I need to get help. So the medicine, another belief I had was if I took the medicine, I'd be well. That's not the way it works. I'm on a medicine now that keeps me out of the hospital, and I can work a part-time job, but I still have bipolar, And so education in public schools and science class for people that suffer will help the stigma. It'll help get the right medications, the acceptance that, hey, this is a condition. I'm going to have to take medicine. So there'll be less violence, especially if we get art therapy in there too, to troubleshoot with kids that are having struggles for one reason or another. But yeah, homelessness, I know you think it could never happen to you, but even if it doesn't happen to you, it could happen to somebody you love.